Welcome back. In this episode, we're going to pull Karlach and Lae'zel back into the group and level them up and get ready to head back to the Emerald Grove. So we'll jump to the main character, exit turn-based mode, and head back to camp.
Very well. What's the story?
We're going to have to scroll down a little ways to get to come on, we're heading out.
No room in your party. What should I do?
And we'll let her replace Gale.
Excellent. Let's go.
And we'll
Good time for a chat.
talk to Lae'zel.
Speak quickly. The party's full. You'll need to make room.
And we'll have her take Shadowheart's place.
Good. Our victory is most certain.
So we can access everyone's inventory from this box while we're in camp. And this is a good time to grab whatever junk people are holding on to and put it in the main character's inventory. This particular bit is actually armor for Shadowheart, so this adds an extra ability when they do radiant damage. She's currently the only person that does radiant damage regularly. We've also got in our inventory the camp box, which has got the adamantine armor pieces we picked up. So we'll grab those. And we'll switch to Asterion and open up the caravan box. And Lae'zel also has a box from when we were in the Knoll Cave. We can just smash that one open and pick up the Reason's Grasp. Those are gloves for a barbarian. Alright, so let's go ahead and start leveling up. We'll start with Lae'zel. And we don't need to do anything here. These options are all acceptable, and we just click OK. But we don't want to level to 6 yet, so we're going to want to switch back to Asterion. We'll break the group apart, cast Guidance, and we'll rob Barkus and Volo again. So I'm confining this particular run to pickpocketing them only once per level, but you could do this as much as you want. You can see that the level of scrolls that he's got keeps scaling up as we level up. And then we can exit turn-based mode. We're going to take our main character and leave camp. And we're interested in talking to Dareth again to see what she's got for sale.
We'll be clearing out soon, and no point in lingering now I've got the noble stock.
Now, again, we're trying not to fill her inventory with stuff that we are not interested in having to browse through. So she's not a good target for selling stuff. If we want to do that, we can go to the Myconid Colony waypoint and sell to Blurg, the hobgoblin there. So we'll take a look through here. We got a potion of speed. Those are great to pick up. We don't need anything that's going to restore a level 2 spell slot. And it doesn't look like we've got a potion that would generate initiative for us. So that's it for this. And so we will jump back and level up Lae'zel again. This level, fighters get a feat at level 6, which is something sort of unique about them. We're going to take the Tavern Brawler feat. So Lae'zel will mostly be throwing weapons. Tavern Brawler allows us to add our strength modifier again to the damage and to the attack roll, making her really accurate when she throws things. And we'll increase her strength as well. And we'll exit out of the leveling screen and talk to Dareth again.
We'll be clearing out soon enough. No point in lingering now I've got the noble stock.
Take a look. We've got no initiative potion. We do have a elixir of sea invisibility. This is pretty good. We can pick that up. Hand crossbow, which we might be able to use. There are quite a few hand crossbows in the second act of the game, so we don't really need to worry about picking up this one too much. And I don't see any bombs, so
That's that then.
and we'll switch back to Astarion. And when we exited camp, when we selected leave camp, it took us back to where we were. Astarion had left in an odd spot.
Let's move. Radio note. A little souvenir. Watch the shadows. Like a wraith.
So these scrolls are oftentimes not going to be useful for casting. We'll never cast a scroll of Bestow Curse on anyone. So the reason we're taking it is so that we can sell it later to vendors that are less easily robbed. So we've done our 2 thefts. We'll exit turn-based mode, and we'll level up Karlach. Which we've not done all game. So Karlach is by default a barbarian, and that's what we're going to do. No choices at second level. We'll exit the leveling screen. And come back and do the usual.
Time for discretion.
And you see that Barkus caught us that time. It's no big deal.
Let's be quick.
You could choose to rob him again.
To the shadows.
But 400 gold pieces is not going to be a big deal in this game.
Shadows opened. A quick breath. Quick and easy. To life. Thank you.
Let's see. For reference, Astarion is carrying 10,000 gold on his person, so 400 is no big deal. We'll jump back to the main character, talk to Dareth
We'll be
again,
clearing out soon enough.
and we're just going to do
No
this
point
over and
in
over
lingering now
again.
I've got the noble stock.
And what we're looking for is more bombs and whatever potions that she might have that are good. So Potion of Gaseous Form's pretty good. That's going to help us in one of the later acts. And in fact, we can use it a couple of places. Potion of Feather is okay. Invisibility is alright. And we'll leave. And then we'll level Karlach again. Now, here we have a choice of subclass. We're actually not going to go with the default of Wildheart. We're going to choose Berserker. That's because the Berserker is good at throwing things, and that's what Karlach is going to specialize in as well, as throwing items. She's going to throw the returning pike. So exit out, talk to Dareth.
We'll be clearing out soon. No point in lingering now. I've got the noble stock.
Elixir Vigilance. This is what we've been waiting for to fight the Spider Matriarch. So drinking this gives us a +5 bonus to initiative, and that's what we're going to need. The Spider Matriarch is very fast. It has a super high initiative. And in order to be absolutely certain that we go first in combat, we need one of these potions or a bow that Roa Moonglow sells. But then that will mean that we would have to use the main character as the only character with a high enough dexterity to ensure it. Alright, so bombs, vigilance, and let's see if we got anything else that's worth picking up. You can really never have too many potions of invisibility, so. We'll shoot back to Asterion. And this is super repetitive, and so my apologies, it's not probably the most exciting thing to watch.
Let's go. Let's keep to the shadow.
This is something that we mostly just do in this act. So we do this a little bit more in Act 2, and then in Act 3 we're so flush we will not need to do it anymore. At 4 we have a feat to choose. Just like every other character, that feat is going to be alert. And we talked about this before, but just to reiterate, the reason that we choose alert is to group all of our initiatives at the top of the initiative order. Acting first is very important, but acting with the rest of your group allows you to set up combinations of events, which is the thing that we most need. So in addition to going first, we also want all of our characters to go right around the same time. Jump back to the main character, talk to Dareth again.
We'll be clearing out. No point in lingering now. I've got the noble stock.
And we've been pretty lucky so far. We'll grab this additional Elixir of Vigilance, speed and invisibility. The Guileful movement is okay. By the time that this is really going to come into play, we'll have better access to the spell freedom of movement, and it probably won't be necessary. And we've already got some Elixirs of Mind Reading. If we didn't, it's worth having 1 or 2 of those. This can be handy to throw on someone who's paralyzed. And we'll do our robbery.
Well, hello. Miles, fortune. On tippy toes. Almost too easy. Like candy from a gnat. Yes, let's. Very, very quiet. Don't mind that. Quick and easy.
And again, don't need these scrolls particularly. We're taking them so that we can sell them later. Level 5 barbarians get additional attack, and they have a little bit of increased movement speed. No choices to make. See Volo running off.
We'll be clearing out soon. No point in lingering now. I've got the noble stock.
Alright, don't see any bombs. Equipment's all shuffled around. got some oil of combustion now. Flail we don't need. Okay, so it doesn't look like we're interested in anything this time around.
That's that then.
Just like old times. What if Jane spoke to pleasant oblivious? Thank you. Almost too easy. A quick print. Not even a challenge. Step careful.
And we're just about done with this nonsense.
Have a rummage. A little souvenir.
And again, no choices to make for Barbarian level 6.
We'll be clearing out soon enough. No point in lingering now I've got the noble stock.
Let's take a look what she's got. She's got a bomb, potion of flying, potion of speed. Those are all good. Potion of invisibility. So whatever looks good to you, just go ahead and pick that up. And we'll head out. And
Just for the shot.
grab Asterion. Cast Guidance.
Let's prowl. So. Move in. Neither seen nor heard. Delightful. Thank you. You're coming with me. Almost too easy. A little souvenir.
All right. So it looks like Karlach would like to talk to us, probably because we have soul coins in her inventory and she wants to talk to us about her soul coin drug habit.
So, hey, we've got this soul coin, right? Thing is, I think I can use it. My engine can, anyway. Zariel used to top me up every now and again when she wanted me to go after an especially wicked target.
So we'll say that soul coins are actual souls.
They're already lost. Better to be used in service of the good guys than a devil, don't you think? Next time we're in a nasty battle, drop one my way. You'll enjoy the results.
So if she'll like it if we say sure. She'll question us because they actually are valuable and she doesn't want to consume one if we tell her to try it now. So we'll just go ahead and say, sure.
Fuck yes. Now I just need something to sink my teeth into.
All right. So we'll reconvene our group, exit turn-based mode. We'll head back to the Mycanoid colony waypoint and talk with Blurg. Blurg also has a lot of gold, and what our goal here is to just get some of the stuff out of our inventory.
Beautiful. I don't know half of what they're saying, but at least they're peaceful.
Somehow you look worse than last I saw you.
What on earth? I think I must have clicked the wrong waypoint.
Same as us. Separate minds connected. What could they accomplish?
Oh, okay, I gotcha. All right, so our problem is our character is so overburdened they're having trouble climbing. All right, so let's take a look by weight. We'll grab a bunch of the stuff and send it to one of the other characters just to get under the weight limit. There we go.
a visitor. You're a welcome sight.
We'll ask if he's got anything
I
to
do
trade.
enjoy a good bargain. If anything in my private collection is to your liking.
And we've already talked to this guy, so our primary concern is just getting rid of stuff. He's got quite a bit of gold, and we're just interested in clearing out inventory. So we don't need money items, jewelry, regular weapons. Some scrolls, like we'll never cast blindness, we won't ever cast bestow curse, we don't need detect thoughts or dark vision. We won't use gust of wind. We won't use ice knife or thunder wave. We don't need the executioner's axe, scrolls of laughter. We won't need the sickle of Bool. We don't need the justicier's helm. And you can keep whatever scrolls it is that you think would be great to cast. You can keep whatever items you think would be good to use. This is really a bit, whatever your style is. Yeah, even with all of that, he still doesn't have enough money. We'll take the scroll of firewall. And that should get rid of much of the junk that we're carrying around. Sure, and if we give him a little more money, he actually will just get to like us more and eventually give us better prices. That can be worthwhile if you've got a vendor that you're going to be working with the whole game. Daman, for instance, maybe might be worth it, but Blurg is not.
Very well. I have mushrooms to catalogue.
Sounds like I hurt his feelings. I'm kind of sorry about that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is head back to the Emerald Grove, but we're going to get into a fight in earnest while we're there. And so we'll make sure that we equip our characters before we go. So Asterion will actually be replaced with Shadowheart. We're going to take some of this equipment off and we'll send it to our main character. Before we get too caught up in that, let's get rid of any camp supplies that we might be carrying. We only camp in camp, so there's no reason to have these in our inventory. So we'll just grab everything that Asterion's carrying and send it to the main character. Lae'zel is a fighter. She can use heavy armor. She's the only person in the party that's really set up to use heavy armor, so we're going to give her the adamantine splint. She's going to be a primary thrower, as is Karlach. So we've got some decisions to make about who can use weapons that add to throw damage. So we've got a barbarian-specific set of gloves. We'll give those to Karlach. We have the gloves of uninhibited Kushigo. Those add to throw damage. We'll equip them on Lae'zel. The gloves of archery we're going to leave on Alfira. And Shadowheart's not really going to be in the fight, so we don't need to worry too much about that. We'll leave Asterion his clothes. So sometimes we've got equipment that we want to alternate between active characters, and we'll just keep their original outfits around in case we need it. So our main character will be wearing these gloves. We're okay on that. Karlach, as a barbarian, adds her constitution modifier to her armor class, but her constitution modifier is not high enough for that to be meaningful right now. So she's only adding 2, where medium armor, which she can wear, would add significantly more. So we'll give her the adamantine scale mail. Again, she's going to be in combat, so the damage reduction and ability to not be crit is a big deal for Karlach. We won't be using a great axe. We will be using the returning pike. For Lae'zel, we won't be using the big hammer. We're going to swap to the Watcher's Guile, or the Shining Staver of Skulls. Both are thrown weapons. So we got 7 to 13 or 5 to 12. Pick which you like more. This one is going to be a D8 or a D6 plus 4. This one's going to do a D4, and the radiant damage won't go off because we're throwing it. So we'll equip the Watcher's Guile. Because it's single-handed, we can also equip a shield. For our main character, we're going to equip very much like we had for Asterion. So we're going to choose the Caustic Band, the Club of Hill Giant Strength, the Ritual Dagger, and the Titan String Bow. And the amount of damage that we get from the Titan String Bow from the Strength adaptation is higher than the offhand attack that we would do when we're using bardic abilities to shoot twice around. We'll equip the Boots of Speed and take a look at what armor we've got. We should have the Jolty Vest, which is what we're going to equip. This we got from Brim when we killed Brim. And we can unequip the Shapeshifter's Boon Ring if we have anything else that is worth picking up. The Whispering Promise is pretty good. This I think we would want to give to an attacker of some kind. Karlach is going to be busy with using rage, but we can throw weapons, or we can throw healing potions onto Karlach, so it can be worth giving this to her. We also have the Ring of Flinging, which is going to increase damage from thrown weapons. We'll give that to Lae'zel. And we can give her the Ring of Absolute Force, though it probably won't come into play. I probably won't be casting that. We could also give her the Sparks Wall. We can give that to Karlach. This is really just filling up slots with things that people might use. We'll give Karlach some additional mobility with the Inbuilt Misty Step. Lae'zel already has that from being a Gith, so she doesn't need anything like that. She does know the spell Magic Missile, so we can give her an extra shot of those. For our main character, we'll choose Guidance. All right, so it looks like we've got everybody relatively well set up. We can also give Karlach some additional damage if she dashes. And we can take a look and see we've got a helm that will give us wrath if we're hurt. We can put that on. It's clearly barbarian equipment, probably not going to come into play for us. And we can give someone the Helm of Autonomy or the Grimskull helm. This allows you to cast Hunter's Mark like a ranger could. We'll give it to Lae'zel just so that she has something to do with her bonus action if she needs it. Because Lae'zel will have an extra bonus action sometimes, she's a good candidate to give hand crossbows to. So she can use the bonus action shot with a hand crossbow even after throwing. And we'll do the same for Karlach. The unfortunate thing about this is that their dexterity isn't very good, so they're probably not going to hit with that attack, but the chance of doing some damage is better than no chance of doing any damage. And while we don't have Shadowheart in the party, let's hop out of camp quickly. This is the first time that she's been out of the party since we started the game. We have this chest that we picked up in the Selûnite cave. We'll go ahead and open it now and read the Selûnite rite. And this tells us that the Selûnites would sometimes send their children out into the woods to survive, and that's going to advance Shadowheart's quest. We'll send that to camp, and then head back to recruit Shadowheart. Because we opened the chest when she's not around, she doesn't know that we did it and won't be upset about it.
All's well, I hope, aside from the obvious.
And we'll ask her to join us.
Join you, but things are looking a tad crowded. You'll need to make room for me.
And we'll have her take Astarion's place.
Wonderful. I was beginning to feel a little left out.
So we can see that the Daughter of Darkness updated. So with all this done, we're ready to head to the Emerald Grove. So I'm going to end this video here, and then in the next video we'll do the Emerald Grove, fix Karlach's heart, save some children, and figure out what's going on with the druids there. See you then.